Good afternoon, everyone. It is Friday, November 22nd, 2024. I'm Stephen Herwire, owner of Herwire Financial, Plans with Direction. Okay, after today's market wrap, we are going to talk about what happens when I cannot take care of myself. Okay, November is Long-Term Care Awareness Month. One day there's a good chance you'll not be able to take care of yourself. Like most things, planning is key to mitigating the effects of a long-term care event. With one accident or an unfortunate diagnosis, or maybe just simple aging, you can find yourself in this situation. Now, a lot of you have heard of long-term care insurance, and a very important term to understand when you're talking about this are what are called activities of daily living: bathing, dressing, toileting, transferring, continence, and feeding. You generally must be unable to do two of these to access benefits. Now, every contract's different. Check your contract, but this is, generally speaking, what the way it is. Or if you have a mental incapacity, like you have Alzheimer's, that may qualify you also. Again, every contract's different. Check your contract. But here's one of the biggest misconceptions folks had. They think their health insurance will take care of that. Now, there's two kinds of health care out there. One's called rehabilitative care. It's where the problem's expected to get better. A broken leg, a stomach bug, they'll generally get better. Custodial care is something different. It's for conditions not expected to improve, like dementia or permanent paralysis. Now, health insurance will cover rehabilitative care. It usually does not cover custodial care. So if you have a long-term care need, Medicare or your health insurance, whatever you have, generally won't cover it. And this includes retiree plans as well. So what can you do? Okay, a few different options. Family and friends can provide care. You can hire professionals to come into your home and provide care. You can go to assisted living facilities. You can go to nursing homes, depending on your level of need. Now, according to the Genworth Cost of Care Survey, and I'm based in New York, so I'm going to talk about New York, for 2023, the monthly costs for home care, in-home care runs somewhere between $5,148 a month to $6,673 per month. Assisted living, somewhere between 5,800 and about 5,850. Nursing home runs 14 to 15,000 a month. Obviously, some areas of the state will be higher than this, and some will be lower. These are just averages. So, how do you pay for it? Self-pay. Many cannot afford this, but especially if it's $14,000 to $15,000 a month. $1 million will only last a few years like that. Long-term care policies, if you can get one, and you need to get this one long before there's an event, it may be very cost effective. The way a long-term care policy works, generally speaking, is it's sort of like homeowners insurance. If you don't ever have a long-term care event, it won't pay out. Just like if your house doesn't suffer a big fire, your homeowner's insurance won't pay out. Okay, for people that can't stomach paying for a policy that they might never use, life insurance policies sometimes have long-term care riders. So if you have one of these life insurance policies that has the rider, if you never have a long-term care event, say you die before you need it, then somebody gets some money because you're dead. Veterans aid and attendance. This may be available to veterans and their spouses, even if the veterans pass. So this is one of those things, if you are a veteran, make sure not only you and your spouse know where your discharge papers are, but somebody outside your family that you trust. So, if you're both incapacitated, then they can find it and maybe help you access it. Medicaid. This is doable, but usually you have to spend your resources down until you're poor. So with proper planning, you may be able to preserve some of the stuff for your family. But the big thing is it's got to be planned for in advance. Once you graduate, be it from welding school, engineering school, or law school, you're going to need a different plan for each of these stages that's tailored to each individual situation. During your working years, in my opinion, the most important question to ask is, am I saving enough and is it in the right place? If you're saving enough, you need to know this as early as possible because when you're young, time is on your side. When you're old, it's not. Sooner you get started, the less impact it's going to have on your spending money. When you get in that glide path to retirement, which I define as the last 10 years prior to retirement, will the USS retirement be shipshape on the appointed day? We get into a lot of what ifs figuring that out for you. And retirement. How do I avoid running out of money before I run out of life? And finally, your legacy. Does you work what you worked hard for get to where you wanted it to after you're done with retirement? You can be reached at herwirefinancial.com. I do in person, I do Zoom, and I do phone appointments. I am licensed and registered across several states and can easily add states if there is a need. If you'd like to schedule an appointment, go to the upper right-hand corner of my website and mash the schedule an appointment button. Want to see more videos like this? Go to my website and click on the YouTube channel button. It's that red button in between the Facebook and the LinkedIn buttons. If your friends want more information, they can follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. For those who prefer the good old-fashioned telephone, my phone number is 518-631-2569. Do not text that number as you will be sad. There's a separate texting number right there. Opinions voiced in this material are for general information only, not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical, no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested in directly. All data is believed to be from reliable sources. However, no representation is made as to its completeness or accuracy. None of this is to be construed as tax or legal advice. Consult your advisor prior to taking any action. Unmanaged index returns do not reflect fees, expenses, or sales charges. Index performance is not indicative of the performance of any investment. Investing in stock includes numerous specific risks, including fluctuation of dividend, loss of principal, potential illiquidity of the investment in a falling market. Investing in mutual funds involves risks, including possible loss of principal. Fund value will fluctuate with market conditions and it may not achieve its investment objective. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is comprised of 30 stocks that are major factors in their industries and widely held by individuals and institutional investors. Standard & Poor's 500 Index is a cap-weighted index of 500 stocks designed to measure performance of the broad domestic economy through changes in the aggregate market value of 500 stocks representing all major industries. The NASDAQ composite measures all NASDAQ domestic and non-US based common stocks listed on the NASDAQ stock market. The market value, the last sale price multiplied by total shares outstanding, is calculated through the trading day and is related to the total value of the index. Herwire Financial and LPL Financial, not endorsed by U.S. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services or any government agency. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL, a registered investment advisor member FINRA SIPC. This material contains only general descriptions and is not a solicitation to sell any insurance product or security, nor is it intended as financial or tax advice. For information about specific insurance needs or situations, contact your insurance agent. This presentation is intended to assist in educating you about insurance generally and not to provide personal service. They may not take into account your personal characteristics, such as budgets, assets, risk tolerance, family situation, or activities which may affect the type of insurance that would be right for you. In addition, state insurance laws and insurance underwriting rules may affect available coverage and its costs. Guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing company. If you need more information or would like personal advice, you should consult an insurance professional. Be it noted, I am one. Okay, no Facebook Live next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Next Facebook Live will be on December 6th. Everybody have a great weekend and a great Thanksgiving holiday.